Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is E.L.F. In this tutorial, I wanted to do something with the colors of blue, white, and gray. So if you'd like to see what I'm going to do, please stay tuned and let's play in makeup. I've already cleaned and moisturized my face. I'm going to start by doing my brows using the Anastasia Brow Wiz in dark brown. To clean up my brows, I'm going to use this Yanni Aesthetic flat shader brush and the Kevyn Aucoin Supernatural Concealer in the shade Medium. For the top part of my brows, I'm going to use the Kevyn Aucoin Supernatural Concealer in the shade Deep. I'm going to use the Anastasia Brow Freeze and a spoolie to set my brows. Once I set them and it dries down, if I have any sparse areas, I'll just go in with a little bit of brow powder and touch those spots up, and that's it. My brows will stay in place all day. I'm going to prime my eyes with the Urban Decay Primer Potion in Eden. I'm going to use tape to mark off the edges of my eye. I'm going to start off using a Norvina Pro Pigment Palette Volume 6, and I'm going to go into this white shade. I'll be using a Lorac M506 to pack that into the crease. I'm going to use that same brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Gray, and I have two gray shades. One is going to be from the Lorac Mega 4 Pro palette. This is a oldie but goodie palette, and the shade I need is the shade Sugar Cookie, which is this gray shade right here. I'm also gonna mix, because this shade has like silver reflex in it, I'm gonna mix it with the E.L.F. Which one is this? This is the E.L.F. Eyes, Lips, and Face palette. This is another old palette. I'm going to go into this gray shade here. So I'm going to mix, yeah, it's a lighter gray shade. So I'm going to mix both those gray shades together and apply it right over the white. I'm actually going to switch over to a smaller flat shader brush. This is one by Coastal Scents. I'm going to go back in with the Morph brush and touch up the white. On top of the gray, I'm going to go into the shade, this light blue shade. The white shade was A1, the light blue shade is B1. I'm going to go into the B1 shade and apply it on top of the gray. I'm going to use another brush like this, just a new one. Now I'm going to go back in and touch up the gray. I'm going to take another Morph M506 brush and blend out the blue shade. So I'm going to use the shades A2 and the shade A4, which are shimmery shades, and I'm going to apply those to the lid The first one, A2, closer to the inner crease, and then the more darker glitter to the outer. I'm going to try to use the silicone brush to apply that first glitter shade. And I'm bringing a glitter all the way up to my crease. It's going to make my lid look more wider. I'm kind of doing a patting and dragging motion to kind of drag the first shade over into the blue, so it looks like they blend together. And then on the outer corner, I'm gonna go into the shade E.L.F and use the black. I'm gonna do that with the same brush. I'm gonna use the Morph M506 brush that had the blue shade on it and blend it in. And I'm gonna go back on top of that black shade with the blue glitter again. I'm gonna use the same brush. I'm just gonna flip it over and use the other side. So I like how this eye came out. This eye, I kind of brought the black in a little too far. So I'm gonna see if I can use a dry Q-tip to kind of wipe some of it out. I'm gonna take the brush that had the white on it, and then I'm going to apply the blue glitter back on top of that. I'm going to use the MAC Black Track gel liner and a liner brush to create my liner. I'm going to moisturize my face with the MAC Hyper Real Skin Canvas Balm. I'm adding additional moisturizer because I noticed my skin is still peeling, and I think it's due to the weather changes and the climate that I live in. It's very hot this year. To keep up with the glittery theme, I'm going to use this Kevyn Glass Glow Face Illuminator. I'm just going to use a round fluffy brush to apply it. Before I continue, I'm going to use the Becca Ever Matte Poreless Primer Perfector to prime the areas where I get oily, which is usually hair around my nose and a little bit here on my forehead. For my concealer, under my eyes and my T-zone, which I'm going to use as my highlight, I'm going to use the Kevyn The Sensual Skin Enhancer. This one is in the shade SX11. It looks bright on camera, but it's not as bright as I would like it. So it's more of a cream-based concealer. I'm going to go into my Makeup Forever HD Skin Face Palette, and I'm going to add the shade Fair Light Neutral, I believe it is. Oh, it's on the box. Yeah, I believe this shade is Fair Light Neutral. It's the shade I'm going to add to it. I'm going to use a dry beauty blender to blend it in. The same brush I used to apply the illuminator, I'm going to use it to apply my contours to kind of bring everything in. And of course, I'm using one of my favorites, the Hourglass in the shade Chestnut foundation stick. I'm gonna go ahead and set my face with MAC NC42 foundation powder. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna set my highlighted areas. I'm gonna use the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Now I'm going to set my face with the MAC NC42 foundation powder on just using a big fluffy brush. To warm up my face, I'm going in to the NARS bronzer in where I can't pronounce this name. I'm going to use this same brush that I used for the cream contour. So to me, this contour looks a little bit red for my face. And I think it's because my foundation powder was a little bit lighter than usual. So I'm going to switch to the Laguna shade on a different brush. I'm going to go into MAC NC45 and warm up my face a little more. I'm also going to add powder under my eyes, so when I go in to apply eyeshadow under my lower lash line, there's no fallout. Well, it will catch the fallout if there's any. So for my lower lash line, I'm just going to go with black, just to keep it simple. I'm going to use the Urban Decay 24/7 liner in Perversion. I'm actually looking at it, I'm going to bring the liner down a little bit onto my lash, into my lashes to darken it more. And underneath that line, I'm going to add the blue from the Norvina palette. I'm going to use the Jaclyn Hill Morph X Jaclyn Hill JH48 brush. I'm going to use the foundation brush to just blend the edges out. I'm going to just take a brush with nothing on it and blend it. Foundation brush is a little too big. I'm going to fix the wing liner so it kind of resembles this on this side. I'm going to use the It Superhero liner to go over that. I was moving too fast and I messed it up. I'm going to use a Q-tip and just drag it up to the shape I want. Take my beauty blender, just blend that area back in, and because it still have product on it, and there, it's fixed. Before I dust away the powder, I'm going to go ahead and apply blush. I'm going to use the Anastasia Blush Trio in Peachy Love, the orange shades. I'm going to dip into the shades Nectarine and Ginger, these two shades. And I always bring my blush up to lift up my face. I'm going to use a Sephora Microsmooth powder to help dust away the lighter, the translucent powder, and to give it warm up those areas a bit more. And I'm just pressing it in. For my mascara, I'm going to go ahead and apply the Revolution mascara in 5D Whip Lift and the L'Oreal Hydrofuse Luminous Carbon Black. For my lips, I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I'm going to use the MAC lip liner in Chestnut and the Dior Lip Addict in the shade Ultra Pink. So it already blended because I had previously put on a lip balm prior to doing my makeup. And you could add lashes to this look. I'm not adding lashes, I'm just keeping it pretty simple. My face does look so much lighter in this camera. Let me see something if I change the light. Okay. I was like, why do I look so washed out? So if I turn down the light, you can actually see what the makeup looks like. Before I finish, I'm gonna go ahead and set my face with the, let's go with the one size. And that's the final look, guys. I'll turn down the light so you can actually see how it looks in the camera. I guess how it actually looks. So I hope you guys like it. I'll give you a close up on the shimmer. So if you guys do like this video, please give this video a thumbs up and thank you for watching. Please stay tuned for the next video. Bye.